Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an updated foundation routine, as I haven't done a foundation routine on my channel in a while, so I did think it was quite nice to show you how I've updated this routine and how I've changed a few things. So I'm just going to whisk through my eyebrows. If you want an updated eyebrow tutorial, I would do that for you. So here I'm putting on my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in the shade NW45. I use NW45 because my body's a lot lighter than my face, so I kind of use this colour to even everything out. As you can see, I do have a lot of discoloration on my face. I could colour correct, but honestly sometimes I feel like that's just like an extra step that I just can't be bothered to take. Because my Studio Fix foundation is a full coverage foundation in itself, I just feel like it works quite well by itself to cover up my marks. So I just use a foundation by itself with a stippling brush. Sometimes I use a sponge depending on how I feel, but I do love the coverage of this foundation, also the matte finish. So as you can see, I'm just spreading that evenly on my face, working gradually and building the colour up, and I kind of get this kind of, even look when I'm done. So yeah, recently I don't know why, like my lips have been getting darker and darker and it just looks so gross, and I think it's like a lip product I'm using, but I need to figure it out because it's like, ugh, it's so annoying. But yeah, as you can see, the Studio Fix foundation is giving me quite a good coverage, and now I'm just going to move on to concealing and highlighting. So to conceal, I'm using my KEVYN Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX13. And I really like this concealer for coverage. It's so thick and it just gives me the right amount of coverage, and you really don't need a lot with this product as well. So I'm literally just putting that under my eyes and creating like a V, like a V shape under my eyes to bring those areas forward and also to conceal bags. And I'm just blending that in with my skin tone, making sure there's no harsh lines and making sure everything blends in very, very evenly. With foundation and with concealers and things like that, actually with makeup in general, it's very, very important to blend, because it just makes everything look very flawless. So here I am just putting on the other eye, and I'm just going to do the same, just pat it on with a little foundation brush from Real Techniques, and then go with my Real Techniques sponge just to make sure everything is blended out under the eye. Right, so because my KEVYN Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX13 is a little warm, it kind of reminds me of the shade NW40 from MAC. I want it to look a little bit more like NC45, which my LA Girl FAWN concealer does. So I'm literally just topping that over the top just to give it more of like a yellowy kind of undertone and yellowy kind of look, because I like that look. This step is not really necessary, but hey, I'm just extra like that. So I'm literally just putting that on with my Zoeva buffer brush, and I'm going in with my sponge just to blend everything out. And then I'm going to mix banana powder and topaz together, because that gives me the perfect colour for my complexion. Before doing that, I make sure my under eye is well blended so it doesn't crease. And I'm just applying that on top of where I highlighted, just to ensure everything is well set and to ensure that nothing starts to crease as my day goes on. I like to pat a little bit of my Ben Nye powders underneath my eyebrow, as those areas kind of get a little bit sweaty. So now I'm just literally putting on my KEVYN Sensual Skin Enhancer on my nose, my forehead, and I'm also going to place a bit on my chin and blend it out with my Zoeva buffer brush. So when it comes to my nose, I prefer highlighting my nose than I do contouring it, because I feel like my nose is quite small already and doesn't really need to be contoured. So I just concentrate more on highlighting it. And I'm just placing the concealer right in the middle of my nose and blending it out. And I like to put a little dot on the tip of my nose just to give it like a little cutesy look. And this can be kind of seen as reverse contouring as well, because when you highlight, you're bringing areas forward, and those areas on the side of it are kind of, you know, contoured because they're darker than the area in the middle, if that makes sense. So I'm just blending this out with my Zoeva brush. So to contour, I'm using the darkest shade from my MAC Conceal and Correct palette, and I'm pulling my contour upwards to blend it in with my highlights, and this just blends everything in seamlessly. I like to pull it upwards because when I pull it downwards, it makes everything look quite messy and muddy. So to hide the messiness on the bottom and also to make my contour pop, I'm using the banana powder right under it as well. I'm also placing that contour colour on my forehead, and I'm going to do the same on the other side of my cheeks. I also like to set the rest of my highlighted areas with my mixture of Ben Nye, Topaz and banana powder. Now I'm getting my Mineralized Skin Finish powder in the shade Dark just to blend all the highlighted areas together with the rest of my face. To set my face, I'm using the Skin Finish powder in the shade Dark Deep. To take away from the powdery effect, I spray my MAC Fix Plus spray, and I love lavender. It smells so good. It smells so good, honey. I'm now using my Coppertone blush, which is one of my favourite blushes from MAC, and I'm working my way from the top of my cheekbone to the bottom as this gives more of a gradual, natural blush. Now I'm taking my favourite highlighter in the whole wide world, and the reason why I love this highlighter is because it's so finely milled and it just makes my cheekbone pop. I love it so much. Unfortunately it's been discontinued, but it's the Golden Bronze highlighting powder from MAC. It's actually an iridescent powder, and I love to put it on my cheekbones just to give it like a more glowy effect, and I also like to put it on the tip of my nose as well as the bridge of my nose. As far as foundation and concealing and highlighting is concerned, I am finished. But I'm gonna go on to the rest of my makeup. I'm taking my MAC FLUIDLINE liner in the shade BLACKTRACK, and I'm just using my MAC 210 brush, which is a very, very skinny liner brush, which just works so good. It just makes liner so much easier. And I'm just creating a winged line with these products. And to perfect my wing liner, I like to go right in the corners of my eye, right in the tight line, and also very close to my lash line, so you can't see any gaps or any places where the black hasn't been placed. And for my liner, I like to follow my eye shape upwards to give it more of a higher flick, and also to give it more of a straighter flick as well. So to prep my natural lashes for the falsies I'm going to apply later, I'm taking my In Extreme Dimension mascara by MAC, and I'm just placing that all over my top and bottom lashes. And this mascara is actually really good for lengthening and volumizing. If you've got quite short lashes like mine, as you can see, it's literally like bringing every single hair out individually. So I love it for my bottom lashes especially. So I'm taking my Grace lashes from Lena Lashes. Oh my god, these lashes are so bomb. I have officially jumped on mink lash bandwagon. Like, they look so natural and they just look so flipping like gorgeous. Like, I love them so much, and everybody knows I love a bit of wisp, so they're very wispy, which I love. And I'm using my MAC lash tweezers to help me apply them, and also my Duro lash glue. My lips for the products I'm about to apply, I'm using my MAC Prep and Prime lip, and then I'm going to take my MAC Patent lip polish in the shade French Kiss, and this is a really nice nude colour. It's kind of like a brownie nude, so I'm literally applying that all over my lips, and I'm not using the liner because it's very creamy and it kind of blends in with the lines of my natural lip. And I'm going to go over the top of it with Spice lip gloss, just to give it something to adhere to, because it's quite a thin product and Spice is a lot thicker, so I'm just putting that over the top of it just to give it a bit more colour as well. So I'm making sure my lips are well blotted because I don't want lip gloss on my teeth, it's so ugly. But anyway, I'm just putting my matte fix plus over the top to give it more of a dewy look. And then I'm going to put my 24-hour eye base on my eyelids alongside my SKINFINISH powder in the shade Dark, just to take away from those like creasy lines that I noticed were forming on my eyes after applying my foundation. The 24-hour eye base is really good for preventing creasing, so that's why I use that product, and the dark colour is kind of close to my eyelid colour. So guys, I'm all done, and this is how my makeup turned out. I hope you enjoyed and you got a few tips from it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!